Well, good morning if it's morning, good evening if it's evening, and good night if it's night. And you're listening to It's 12 O'Clock Somewhere with Candelo Kimbisa.
Let's begin now.
You know, today, I just woke up and I
Like
said,
this.
instead of waiting on a good day, waiting around through ups and downs, waiting on something to happen, I just said,
We're gonna have a good day, and all my homies gonna ride today.
that's right.
And all these mommies look fly today, and all we wanna do is get by today. Hey, we're gonna have a good day, and ain't nobody gotta cry today. 'Cause ain't nobody gonna die today. You can save that drama for another day. Hey, we're gonna have a good
Hairline
day.
fresh, new cologne on. Feeling so good, change the colors to my phone. Orange Kool-Aid, go good with Patron. Oh no, hell no, boy. Still my ringtone, free car wash. Had to clean up the Dodge. Give back when I can, just playing my part. Church folks had a fish fry, mustard, hot sauce, light bread, and french fries. Love for the big guy, hit the park. Boys showing off their hops, nappy roots on the radio. And you know what about last night, hit the pick three. Bought some Air Force Ones, 4 tall tees. Man, I'm loving BG.
Good day, and all my homies gonna ride today, and all these mommies look fly today, and all we wanna do is get by today. Hey, we're gonna have a good day, and ain't nobody gotta cry today, 'cause ain't nobody gonna die today. You can save that drama for another day. Hey, we're gonna have a good day.
And I ain't fit to worry about what nobody say. I'm still above ground, and that's the reason I pray. Got my car cleaned up, now I'm ready to play. Make a call to the stick, say I'm headed that way. Heard my cousin cooking out, I gotta give me a play. Got this new outfit, ain't even out in the States. So if I ain't speaking too soon, but this a hell of a day. And the sticky got me sitting in a hell of a place. Got my stunner shades on and the grin on my face. My new grill looks mean, but I swear I'm straight. And the hood showing love, so I'm A-OK. Hey.
Have a good day, and all my homies gonna ride today, and all these mommies look fly today, and all we wanna do is get by today. Hey, we're gonna have a good day, and ain't nobody gotta cry today, 'cause ain't nobody gonna die today. You can save that drama for another day. Hey, we're gonna have a good
We
day.
might as well do exactly what the children saying. Take the day off, hit the park and just hang. Barbecue, roll a few and put up the deuce. And if it's beef, put the piece down, throw up the dukes. It's time to change our ways so we can save the day. For the children's sake and make a better place to play. And if it's all good, break out your coupe and grip your wood. And if you're riding dirty, light your spliff and blow your but do it real big, exactly like a player should. Enjoy your 24, do your thing and rep your hood. The world is all yours, but still we all grind. Forever in a day, the choice you make is really all fine.
Good day, and all my homies gonna ride today, and all these mommies look fly today, and all we wanna do is get by today. Hey, we're gonna have a good day, and ain't nobody gotta cry today, 'cause ain't nobody gonna die today. You can save that drama for another day. Hey, we're gonna have a good day, and all my homies gonna ride today, and all these mommies look fly today, and all we wanna do is get by today. Hey, we're gonna have a good day.
Now that was the Nappy Roots with We're Gonna Have a Good Day. And yes, we are gonna have a good day today, Wednesday. It is hump day, baby. It's not gonna stop unless we put the brakes on it. And we're not gonna put the brakes on anything. We're gonna keep on sliding smooth. We're gonna get through this week. We're gonna enjoy these weekends. I heard that New Orleans, Louisiana is having a little bit of bad weather. Our thoughts and our prayers are with our friends in New Orleans, especially with the people in Conjure, New Orleans, that I know that happen to be listening to us right now live. And Mr. Roby should be taking his tour by the shop. He does some wonderful tours in New Orleans, Louisiana, right off the French Quarter. So guys, if you happen to be in and around New Orleans, go to see Conjure New Orleans. Go meet Zen Moise. Go meet Mr. Robbie, who does a little tour right around there, right around this time. I know that Raven Sierra happens to be listening to us in Conjure, Georgia, an old wicked mojo. I see that Ifeanyi Bay, who is also enjoying us. chilling out at her son's house, making waist beads and listening to the show. I also see Miss Crystal happens to be around. What's going on, Miss Crystal? I see you, baby. I see you. I know that the people at the Motown Witch in beautiful Detroit are also listening. Man, all these shops, all these wonderful people. I see the goddess of Magi. I see all my friends, all these shops and all these listeners all over the United States having fun listening to us, playing a little music and doing their damn thing. Of course, life is great, life is beautiful, Miss Crystal, and I do so look forward to stepping in Detroit for the very first time in my life on July 26th. I'll be visiting Miss Yvette. I'll be visiting Miss Crystal, Miss Cassie. I will be in beautiful, beautiful Detroit, Michigan at the Motown Witch. Guys, if you happen to be in and around Detroit, please do go check this out. Guys, our Conjure Caravan is slowly chugging all up around the United States. I look for each and every one of you to come and check us out. Ify Bayu, Charles Porterfield, Hoodoo Zen Moise, goodness, Michelle Jackson. Man, the list goes on and on and on and on. I want to tell you guys, if you want to, okay, I am putting it out there. Okay, I am putting it out there. If you are a seller of religious items or arts and crafts or anything to do with the magical, and you want to sell some of this stuff, guys, go over to the Mile High Conjure Gala. We're looking for vendors right now. We're looking for vendors. I did pretty well last year on my vending table. I grossed over $2,000. The crowd is big. The people are willing. They're willing to spend their money. Guys, for a little small investment of a couple of $100, you can get yourself a table there, okay? Just tell them that Candelo Kimbisa sent you, baby, and we'll get this party started. Now, what do I, Candelo, have to speak about today? Well, child, I tell you, this is a question that I get hit on the regular. And it's just not people that come to me for readings, or it's just not people that whatever. They're just people that are in my inboxes on social media, and they always are asking me questions. Mind you, I don't mind a question here or a question there, but it always seems to go something like this. What is the most powerful ATR? Which one is the most powerful? Which one is the most darkest? Which one is the one that I can gain all my everything with? Well, I gotta tell you, if that's what you're coming to an ATR for, an African traditional religion, or a DTR, a diasporic tradition, it's all the wrong reasons. See, coming into an ATR or getting initiated into something is not about you gaining personal power. It's not about you cursing or hexing or getting rich. If not, everyone that were in it will be rich. It's not about destruction. So when asked by these things, or these crazy asinine questions, my answer is always, your grandmother. And we'd say, your grandmother? What do you mean? What does my grandmother have to do with any spirituality? I said, your grandmother was more powerful. Your grandmother's grandmother. Your grandfather. It all goes down to ancestral veneration and ancestral knowledge. See, guys, I have seen and I have witnessed people do miracles with a simple glass of water and a prayer. See, because this person was so intact or so in contact with spirit that they didn't need anything else. So when asked this question on who the ATR, or who is more powerful, or who is this, or who is that, your grandmother, your great-great-grandmother, who went inside of her yard when someone was cut and grab 2 or 3 leaves and stop the bleeding? Who could stop a damn toothache from manifesting into something worse? Who gave birth to maybe your mother? With all this folk knowledge that everyone knew, they were more powerful. Their belief was more spiritual. Their spirit was more powerful. My grandmother, God bless the dead, was an exorcist. She would go to places and she would exorcise fits by saying a prayer backwards. And Lord knows she was never inside of any ATR. These women birthed a nation. These women fed a nation. So if you really want to know what is the most powerful ATR, look at the black woman. Without any initiation. Without any teaching other than from her mother or her auntie. Let's give veneration where veneration is due. As I sit here and I laugh back at these asinine questions, I always have to point back to the people that were there before us. Even in Lukumi and Spiritismo and in all these things that tell us that without ancestors there's nothing. Even the knowledge that is passed down to us is nothing without the word of mouth, without the whisper of the wind, without that gut feeling that we have every time that we're going to do something. And honestly, I'm not knocking any ATR because I'm a part of 3 of them. And I actually love them. But again, when asked who was the most powerful, who was the most thing, I say grandmama. And I continue to say grandmama. Yeah, grandfather had a little something to do with it, but he was basically on the outskirts. He was busy having children. So let's tip off our hats, and I don't care if he's a part of the ATR or not a part of the ATR, if you are white, if you're black, if you're yellow, if you're green, whatever color you are. Let's pay homage to those mothers. It's not very hard to do. So before you go on your ATR happy journey, before you go on your thing into initiation, before you go into anything, let's talk to Grandma. You're listening to It's 12 o'clock somewhere, baby, and I'm Candelo Kimbisa. Let's keep this Wednesday flowing. I'll be right back.
In a world like today, it's a rare occasion to be able to see young mothers like the ones that were around when I grew up. But they live on in memory to quite a few of us. And this song is dedicated to those who cherish that memory. Early one Sunday morning, breakfast was on the table. There was no time to eat. She said to me, boy, hurry to Sunday school, filled with a Lord of glory. We learned the holy story. She'll always have her dreams, despite the things this troubled world can bring. Oh, say, don't you know we love you, sweet Sadie? Place no one above you, sweet Sadie. Well, living in the past. Sometimes it seems so funny, no money will turn your life around. sweeter than cotton candy, stronger than Papa's old brandy. Always that needed smile. Once in a while, she would break down and cry. Sometimes she'd be so happy, being with us and Daddy, standing the worst of times, breaking the binds with just a simple song. Oh, Sadie Mae,
Don't you know
still loving us all in your special way. Well, well, well,
there's no one above you,
sweet Sadie, living in the past. Oh, she's never sinning. In love, she's always winning. Yeah. My, 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 my. I love you, Mama. I just can't forget how you gave me love. Oh, Lord. If there's a heaven up above, I know she's teaching angels how to love. It's a mean world without you. All the love you show. Oh, how could anyone ever doubt you love the world? Ain't it funny that in the end it's not money, it's just the love you gave us all. Why, to the good lead so, so. I don't know. And though the people say they love my song, oh Lord, I'm all alone. I miss her so. Well,
Don't you know we love you,
I love you, Mama.
There's no one above you,
Let me just try one more time and say and though we were very poor, she tried to love us that much more. Oh, have you ever,
you know we love
have you ever met Sadie?
There's no one above
Oh, the premier of ladies. Oh, sometimes I feel so alone, but I know that I gotta go on. It's what she wanted from me.
You know we love you, sweet.
I know it's gonna be hard sometimes.
There's no one above you, sweet.
Oh, Sadie. Lord, although my mama's no longer here, her memory still lingers near. Ah, just let me run, let me go.
You know
I
we
don't
love you,
just
sweet.
why you wanna make me feel so down.
Above you,
Well,
sweet.
this feeling won't let me be. I'm gonna keep on moving. I'm gonna try to keep grooving.
And of course, that was the Spinners with Sadie. Well, today I got quite a treat for y'all. I was going through Dr. Martha Moreno Vega's page, which I follow constantly. If you don't remember, Dr. Martha Moreno Vega, she resides in New York. She's the author of The Altar of My Soul and many other books. She runs a center up in New York City, and she's always spreading knowledge. And I actually love the way that she words things and the stories she tells about patakis and stuff like that there. So guys, if you want to check out Dr. Martha Moreno Vega, she is on Facebook under that name. She has a fan page. I also have an interview that I did with her several years back on Candelo's Corner. So if you want to go up on a wonderful show that I had her on there with, that I had Dr. Moreno Vega with me, please do check out the old archive shows of It's 12 O'Clock Somewhere. Okay, again, this is from her fan page, and it is titled The Art of Being Cunning. The art of being cunning is one that has a double edge, as is demonstrated between the constant battles between Shango and Ogun. They constantly fought just for the joy of it, found reasons to fight and sharpened their fighting skills. One day Ogun told Shango that he was tired of fighting and it would call a truce. Ogun said, why not challenge each other in other ways? Let's go to the beach tomorrow and race each other and see who gathers the most shells. Change with his arrogance, he said that he would definitely win in gathering the shells. They bet their wealth to the winner. Ogun went to Oya and asked her to borrow Iku, death. Oya demanded a fee to lend Iku, and Ogun gave her 5 bags of gold. The next day they went to Ogun, and Shango gathered the shells, and Iku hid behind the view. When Ogun noticed that Shango was winning, he signaled Iku to come behind Shango. Iku pushed Shango. When Shango turned and his sword, he saw Death had dropped the bag of shells. He ran away, fearing death. The next day, Ogun claimed the wealth of Shango. Lesson: when entering into an agreement, research and understand all the aspects that will influence the success and destructions of agreements before committing. The art of cunning is one that makes things appear in a certain manner by not revealing the pitfalls and possibilities. This again comes from Dr. Moreno Vega. Please do check out her Facebook page. And go check her out if you happen to be in New York. Hey, you never know, you may learn something. And while we're doing that, let's check out Funkadelic with One Nation Under the Groove.
So I can't get around it. So low, you can't get under it. So high, you can't get over it. I can't get over it. This is a chance. This is a chance to dance your way out of your constrictions. How? Jill shook 'em. Chance to dance our way out of our constriction. Gonna be freaking up and down the hang-up alleyway. With a groove I only got, we shall all be moved. Ready or not, here we come, getting down on the one which we believe in. Can I get it on my good God? Oh, time I get down one time. We're on the move. They can stop us now. Hey, don't tell me now. You more of what you're talking for. Don't tell me now. Do you promise the funk? The whole funk, nothing but the funk. Ready or not, here we come, getting down on the one which we believe in. Here's my chance to dance my way out of my constriction. the chance to dance our way out of our constriction. Gonna be grooving up and down, hang up alleyway. The only guy we shall all be moved.
Beat don't fail me now.
Giving you more of what we're fucking for. Beat don't fail me now. Here's my chance to dance my way out of my constriction. Don't fail me now. Do you promise to funk? The whole funk, nothing but the funk. One nation under a groove, getting down just for the funk of it. One nation and we're on the move. Nothing can stop us now. One nation under a groove, getting down just for the funk of it. One nation, we're on the move. Nothing can stop us now. Do you promise to funk? 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 The whole funk. One nation under a groove, getting down just for the funk of it. One nation and we're on the move. Nothing can stop us now. One nation under a groove, getting down just for the funk of it. One nation and we're on the move. Nothing can stop us now. One nation under a groove, my chance to dance my way out of my constriction. We're on the move. Nothing can stop us now. Do you promise to funk? The whole funk, nothing but the funk. You can't stop us now. Getting down just for the funk of it. Under one nation and we're on the move. Nothing can stop us now. One nation and we're on the move. One nation under a groove. Can't stop us now. Don't fail me now. One nation, we're on the move. Nothing can stop us now. Don't fail me now. One nation under a groove, getting down just for the funk of it. One nation and we're on the move. Nothing can stop us now. Nothing can stop us now. You can't stop us now. Giving you more of what we're fucking for. Giving you more of what you're fucking for. Beat don't fail me now. Got to get it on the good foot. Good God. One nation under a groove, getting down just for the funk of it. One nation and we're on the move. Nothing can stop us now.
Of course, that was One Nation Under the Groove. Guys, I gotta tell you, I'm packing up my bags. I am packing up my bags. I forgot. Well, I actually didn't forget. I know it was somewhere in the back of my mind that, man, we are going places this year. We are actually going places. We're meeting our fan base. We're doing our thing. Man, you gotta see each one of our pages so you can come out and check us out, man. Because, man, listen. June, No, not actually June. July 26th, I will be in Detroit, Michigan. On August 23rd, we will be at the Conjure Shop in Omaha, Nebraska. In September, we will be in Georgia, okay, in Atlanta, Georgia. In October, on October the 19th, we will be at the 6th Annual Festival of Witches and Psychic Fair in New Age Market, okay? It is brought to you by Crystal Madison, and it's called the Festival of Witches. It will be in Sleepy Hollow, New York. Yes, Sleepy Hollow, New York. I have not been to Sleepy Hollow, New York since I was a little kid. So make sure that you join us, okay? Ifa Ibeyu, Hoodoo Zen Moise, Crystal Madison, myself, many other promoters and presenters will be there. Guys, check us out. There's also something going on at Izzy's shop, I believe, in September. Hopefully she'll be able to put it up. She's having a little festival going up there. But then, she's having a little festival going up there at the Conjure Shop in New Orleans. In Omaha, Nebraska. So, guys, I want you guys to take all this stuff in, put it all down on your calendars, because if you can't make it to someplace, you can always make it somewhere else. Okay? So, we are setting things up. We are setting things up because we are going to have next year, okay? We're bringing the Conjure Caravan to Conjures, Georgia, okay? So we're going to have these little pop-ups in several states all around the thing, okay? So we're going to have all these little things all over the place. So, this is going to be cool. This is going to be nice. We're hooking it up with Wicked Mojo. We have the space to do it. All we need is your attention and you guys ready to come on over and hang out with us. I also want to tell you guys that Misty from Misty's Mystical Candles is also taking now. She's taking wholesale orders again. Okay, guys? So do yourself a favor. Check out Misty's Mystical Candles, man. This is the person that I get my candles from. Is a person that many of my friends get candles from. If you happen to be in a shop, okay, you happen to be a shop somewhere, she will fix up a small box of candles for you. She will send them to you just so you can try out her product. Okay, so go ahead and check out Misty from Misty's Mysticals Candles. Okay, I've given her several people's things. Shops that I already know that have shops. Okay, I actually, me and her were speaking about Raven at Wicked Mojo. So I think you'll be getting a box of her select grade A candles soon, Raven. So guys, keep an eye out for Misty, because Misty, I'm telling you, she does her damn thing. These candles are poured with love. They're some of the best fucking candles I've ever received. So I want you guys to do that. And do check out our calendars, man. Check out the 6th Annual Festival of Witches, brought to you by Crystal Madison. Please do check out the Motown Witch, where I will be there on the 26th of this month. And check out the Conjure Shop in beautiful Omaha, Nebraska. Okay? Guys, these places are awesome. These store owners are awesome, man. Hey, if they weren't awesome, I wouldn't be visiting them. Okay, guys? So do check out these stores. Check out their perspective things. And when I come back, I'll read you a story from the adventures of High John the Conqueror. We'll be right back. Come on, Yvette the Motown Witch. I want to see you dance. Ifa Ibeyu, get your boy up there and get him to dance a little bit. Who? Calling on all those breakdancing spirits, baby. Don't be afraid to throw it back, baby. Be careful in them shops now. Don't you be knocking over no candles. That was B-Box. I hope I got y'all to start dancing. I hope you didn't knock down any candles in them shops, baby, because, shit, you gonna have to pay for them. Man, I gotta tell you. Now, our next story comes from The Adventures of High John the Conqueror by Stephen Stanfield. This story I often tell on my trips whenever I go places and make appearances in certain shops and festivals and things of that sort. Master's walking stick. High John was, among other things, a fine fisherman. He knew where the fish lay, and he knew what had to be done to catch them. Even old Master liked to go fishing with John now and then. They'd go down to the big pond under the big oaks, and Master would try to catch a few fish himself. John and Master had planned to meet early bright that summer morning. John was already there behind the barn when along came Master, and of course he had his fishing pole with him, but he also was carrying a brand new walking stick. The stick was polished almost as bright as a mirror. It had a shiny silver handle on one end and a shiny silver tip on the other. From the way he was swinging and flashing it about, You could tell Master was very proud of his new stick. John, however, didn't make any mention of it, or at least not until they were settled on the bank of the pond with their lines in the water. "Say, Massa," said John, "that's a mighty fine walking stick you have there." "Why, thank you, John. I was just beginning to wonder if you were going to take any notice of it." "Oh, Master, I noticed it right off. I mean, it is only a walking stick. I've never seen one with 3 ends." "3 ends?" asked Master. "What are you talking about, John?" "Well, I ain't talking about anything but 3 ends of that stick," John answered. "John, are you drunk or have you gone crazy?" "I'm not drunk and I'm not crazy, Master. But I can tell you, and I can see as clear as a nose on my face, that that stick has 3 ends." "John, no stick has 3 ends." "Well, that one does," said John. "I'll be willing to bet you a big, fat hen that it does." Old Master took a careful look at the walking stick, just to make sure. After all, John had been playing tricks on him for years. This time, though, he was certain that John was wrong. "Agreed," he said. "I'll bet you a hen that that stick only has 2 ends." With that, John took the stick and held it in front of him. He pointed at the silver handle and said, "That is 1 end, right?" "Right," said Master. He pointed at the other silver tip end and said, "That is 1 end, right?" "Right," answered Master again. Then John raised the stick over his head and threw it directly in the center of the pool, where it sank without a trace. "And that's the 3rd end of the stick, right?" said John with a twinkle in his eye. John didn't answer. Master didn't answer this time. He knew John had fooled him again. And when they got back home, he'd have to give him a nice plump hen. This story comes from The Adventures of High John the Conqueror by Stephen Sandfield. Make sure you pick it up and you listen to this.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Come on, baby. Let's do this damn thing. Mr. Obatala, pull out your cardboard, boy. Some of y'all youngins might not understand this. Let's do the George Jefferson right quick and shit, you might even want a mashed potato, baby. And definitely give it all you got. Don't get too low, baby. You might not be able to get back up. Y'all show them young'uns I was done. This is when we really used to dance.
Give it all you got.
Y'all ain't never seen nobody dance until you seen the bald head wonder dance, baby. Slide me some of that gin. Have you ever heard your mama say, turn that shit down? I smell something burning.
Uno, two, tres, four.
Do it. Do it. Just do it. Doggy style.
Oh, yes. I'm hoping you guys are enjoying this Wednesday because that was Afro Weekend with Give It All You Got. I found various quotes today from people speaking about elders. One of my very best ones that I found today was one by James Baldwin. James Baldwin said, children have never been very good at listening to their elders, but they have never failed to imitate them. So what does that tell me? That a lot of times the things that people are shown, or children are shown, they live out through their lives. Whether it be good traits or bad traits. I ask you all to make sure that you are worthy of being imitated. That you teach your children well. That you hold your heads up so that they may hold up their heads tomorrow. Because you are their first and last teacher. Again, that quote was from James Baldwin. There is also another one that I ran up on today that really touched me to the core. Because these days, people say things like, oh, he doesn't act like an elder, he is not very spiritual, because a person lives in this mundane life. No one walks around with halos. Halos do not exist. At least not on this earthly plane. So when I heard this, I thought about many of these conversations that I hear each and every day on social media. The quote is from Marion Wright Elderman. She says, I feel very lucky to have grown up having interactions with adults who were making change, who were very far from perfect beings. That feeling of not being paralyzed by your incredible inadequacies as a human being. which I feel every day. It is a part of a legacy that I have gotten from so many adult elders. That was Miss Marion Wright Elderman. I hope that you got something from our little things today. But before I go, before I say goodbye, let's play this.
Ready, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, I felt like jamming today, baby. Right now, I am your private dancer, baby. Y'all put some money in this top hat for me, will you? Miss Crystal, my Jerry curls left a long time ago, baby. I see that sweat rolling down your back and down your crack. That was, boy, I'm telling you, I am sweating right now. Guys, I want to tell you, please do have a great day. That's the first thing I want to tell each and every one of you. I'm going to share my stolen quote of the day with you today, and I hope that some people get something of it. My stolen quote of the day is, our souls may be consumed by shadows, but that doesn't mean we have to behave as monsters. Again, our souls may be consumed by shadows, but that doesn't mean we have to behave like monsters. As always, may all the egoons and shadows that accompany you have all the necessary light. From where I sit, that's it. Salam alaikum, everyone. It's 12 o'clock somewhere was brought to you by the Festival of Witches, Conjure New Orleans, Wicked Mojo, the MotownWitch.com, Kimbisa.org, and ProfessorCharlesPorterfield.com.